What is going on, guys? This is going to be Dark here with another review. This time it's going to be of the Mythic Legion's Advent of Decay Calavius. When it comes to this figure, unfortunately, he did sell out on Big Bad Toy Store by the time it took for me to record, as well as buy me a secondary one, because he is insanely good, and it does seem like this is going to be the only one that I have for the time being, and I planned on using him for a custom, but we're going to go ahead and pop out a review. Of course, if you ended up landing on my page and you've never seen a Mythic Legions before and I'm introducing these to you, that is insanely cool. But if you've seen anybody else's reviews or any pictures or anything online, two things that you'll notice right from the cuff is going to be the sword does not come with him, as well as the chain around his neck. The chain is just like a dollar store chain. Seen someone on Instagram had, little chain as well as like a loop around the waist. I was like, that is an insanely cool look. They had a tiger head on there, but I started implementing it for my own ideas. But let's go ahead and get rid of at least the sword, as well as there is the Cavern Dwarf Legion Builder left shoulder pad. That is not included either. Generally speaking, you're going to have most people displayed with his other helmet. I really dig the Gorgo helmet, so I just had him displayed on the shelf for the time being, because he's not been broken down and been fully customized yet. So, of course, if you've never seen a Mythic Legions, it's mostly going to be single joints, a lot of swivels, a lot of hinges, and a lot of ball pegs. So, generally speaking, you can get a ridiculous amount of potability out of these. See D Amazing or all kinds of other, toy photographers for more on that. But they are incredibly versatile for what they're given. First thing, it's going to be, the ball jointed head. Of course, we'll go ahead and swap this out for the time being, because I wanted to go ahead and show off the head that most people are going to display him with. But here is the Gorgo style helmet. Two large antlers. I can really dig this, like a dark brown with the gold highlights. It looks really good. And then go ahead and pop on Thermomilo head. Nice skull motif up at the top here. Sorry, dog scratching in the background. As well as just the color combination on this character is ridiculously good. He instantly, almost all of these figures instantly became one of my favorites, but he does come with a halberd. It's a little bit more patinaed, like banged up, than the Templar Knight Legion Builder one is, but it's alright. Gives it some versatility. And then he does come with a red belt, as well as, generally speaking, he comes with a red-handed sword, or handled sword. Can't seem to find mine at the moment. Don't know if I lost it, it was mispackaged, or what have you. It goes in their hand anyway, so not worried about it. As well as the shield. So I would have really dug it if they gave him like a Parma shield or something like that, but if you look at Mythic Customs, he gave Calavius a I can't remember what they're called. Easterlings in the Lord of the Rings. I gave him the Easterling shield, and it looks ridiculously good. So that's awesome. You know what? We'll go ahead and pop that into his hand. And of course, the hinge, and then a swivel on the elbow, and then there is the, I'll go ahead and, no, I'm not going to pop off the shoulder pads. I'll pop off this one because it's easier. I lied. So, I haven't really boiled him up, not boiled, but heated him up and gotten all of the articulation out of him as I can, just because, like I said, I've not started to pop him apart for the custom, which is mainly what he's used for. But there's some really good articulation in here, from all kinds of the swivels in the wrist, to hinge in the wrist, to swivel on the forearm, as well as the elbow, and then a hinge on the elbow, and then the hinge. Oh, there we go. So it's pretty much just a peg, hinge, and then it rotates. So very, very versatile figures, very, very easy to customize, pop apart, go ahead and swap some things around. One of the biggest reasons that I actually got into the line. Let's go ahead and I might go ahead and take them off camera real quick. If you can just hang tight with me. Go ahead and pop your arm back into socket. There we go. Seeing behind the camera and just getting up in there is really difficult sometimes, but appreciate you guys working with me. But generally speaking, these guys go really, really fast. They are really, really good figures. I was originally planning on maybe picking up 2 or 3, and it easily took my entire shelf over. Big fantasy head. There's really not any, companies out here for a very long time that were doing efficient, fantasy figures, at least in my opinion. There was a couple of the Game of Thrones figures that I kind of passed on after picking up Jon Snow in the first wave. It was kind of garbage. And that was a very long time ago, of course. Not a very long time ago, but since Toy Biz was really doing their Lord of the Rings stuff, I haven't really found a quality fantasy line, so I really delved really super heavily into this one. So when it comes to the Mythic Legions line, I'm not trying to promote or anything, I guess, but definitely if you're interested in the barbarian, gladiator type look, I would definitely hop on the pre-orders for Store Horseman or SourceHorseman.com for the Four Horsemen Mythic Legion's actual official website. It's the cheapest place you're going to have the figures available to you, and I would definitely hop on board as soon as you can. Calavius has a ridiculously good story. I got really into this line because of the nature of the bios, and it goes really kind of old school 90s or 80s toy vibe where all of the different characters have a backstory and all of them have a background. Initially, he leads up with the House of the Noble Bear's leader when they get imprisoned by their Mercurians, like this old, extinct, very Roman-esque empire, and held up this Colosseum for a long time. And him and Atlas help each other escape. And it's just ridiculously varied between character to character, and I'm just super happy to be delving into it. So once again, there is going to be the All-Stars 4 series that is going to be open for an entire month for a pre-order. I would definitely hop on board if you're interested in like the Mercurian Roman Spartan look. You can change a couple of different skin tones. They did beautiful work on transitioning between where the shadowed areas would be in the inner parts of his pecs. He's actually the first figure that I'd had that's going to have the open chest portion, but it's alright. So I do hope you guys have a good day. Please do stay safe, stay healthy, and it was, just let me know what's going on. Like, subscribe, dislike, whatever's clever. Let me know how I can improve. You guys have a good day.